Good morning, Wabash. Speaking today at Pioneer Chapel will be Anthony Donahue and Jonah Billups with their talk titled Embracing Opportunity. Anthony Donahue is a rhetoric major and a double minor in business and economics from Indianapolis, Indiana. Serving as student body president, he has been actively involved in various campus organizations, including Lambda Pi Eta and WLAIP. Anthony manages social media for the Wabash College soccer team and has a passion for photography and graphic design. Last summer, he worked in Washington, D.C. with Stanton Chase and is currently employed by the Stanford School of Medicine. After graduating Wabash, he plans to pursue a master's degree. Jonah is a political science, philosophy, and economics major from Brownsburg, Indiana. He's a brother of the MXI as well as the student body vice president. He's also an avid pickleball enthusiast and an intramural basketball champion. After Wabash, he wants to get his MBA at Notre Dame or become a compliance officer with the NCAA. Let's give a warm welcome to Anthony and Jonah.
Good morning, Wabash.
Good morning, Jonah.
I'm just letting you guys know, I think some of the freshmen in here can feel me. It's a little hot in here, so if you see me doing this, just let it go. Well, as I stand here today, I'm reminded of what makes Wabash College so special. The drive, the determination, the relentless pursuit of excellence that define us Wabash men. But what I find most important lies at the very center of our experiences here at Wabash, opportunity. Opportunity is a word we hear often, but how often do we truly reflect on what it means? Here at Wabash, opportunity isn't just a concept. It's a promise, a challenge, a gift. It's a promise that each of us, no matter our background, will be given the tools to shape our futures. It's a challenge to push beyond our limits that we've set for ourselves, to take risks, to stumble, and to rise again. And it's a gift, a rare and precious gift that we must not take for granted. Let me share with you my first experience with the multitude of opportunities that Wabash has to offer. It all started with something that I decided to do on a whim, and that is Wabash Liberal Arts Immersion Program, also known as WLIP. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, the program is a program that brings around 25 incoming freshmen to Wabash a month early before school starts to take a class. That class is either English or rhetoric. I just so happen to be placed in the rhetoric with Dr. Drury. Seems like it's paying off, doesn't it? But that's besides the point. When I arrived at Wabash on my very first day, I was filled with excitement mixed with nerves. However, one of the first things that they told us was that we'd be having homework on day one. As you can imagine, my excitement quickly dwindled as I realized I'd be giving up my last month of summer for assignments. But as it turns out, participating in WLIP was probably one of the best decisions I've made since being here. WLIP is where I met some of my best friends. Sadly, that includes this guy behind me. And where I began to understand the kind of work and effort it would take to succeed, not just here at Wabash, but in the real world. It even helped me land my first internship that following summer with Bridge Builder Strategies. Looking back, I gained so much from that one simple decision to accept the opportunity provided to me by Wabash. It was my first lesson in how powerful embracing opportunities can be, and it's a lesson I carry with me to this day. Wabash is a place like no other. Our small class sizes mean our voices are heard, our ideas are valued, and our potential is recognized. Our rigorous academic programs push us to think critically, to question assumptions, and seek truth in all its complexity. But beyond the academics, Wabash offers us something even more profound, the opportunity to become the men we aspire to be. So much of the man I aspire to be has been shaped by my experiences as being a brother of the Malcolm X Institute of Black Studies. Although I didn't join until my junior year, the MXI was always on my radar. I knew a lot of the guys in it, but I hadn't yet taken the opportunity to join. When I finally did last year, I quickly realized how much it would impact me. In just 1 year, the MXI has been more than just an organization for me. It's been a foundation which I've built lifelong relationships and connections. It's given me a deeper understanding of myself and my culture. It's prepared me to make meaningful contributions to society as well. Joining the MXI has truly been one of the greatest opportunities I've had here, not just for me, but for so many of my other brothers as well. During my time in the Malcolm X Institute, what has impacted me the most hasn't been the big events or the milestones, Those have been important, though, it's the small, everyday interactions with the guys that have truly shaped my experience. These are the moments that have taught me the most, whether it's a quick conversation in passing, a shared joke, or even just sitting down and talking about life. These are the interactions that I would not have had if I hadn't joined the MXI, and they've made all the difference. Also, I would never gotten to listen to our boy Lance and all the goofy stuff he does. For those of you that know him, I promise you, he might be the funniest guy on campus. They've taught me a lot about brotherhood, supporting one another, and finding the strength in community. It's in these moments that I've grown, and it's because of them I stand here today. This college challenges us to step out of our comfort zones, to engage with perspectives different than our own, and to grow not just intellectually, but morally and ethically as well. Whether it's through friendships we form, the leadership roles we take on, or service we give to our community, Wabash offers us countless opportunities to develop our character and integrity that will guide us long after we leave this place. But with opportunity comes responsibility. We must recognize that opportunities here are not guarantees. They're simply possibilities that we must actively pursue. You will not get hired simply because you go or went to Wabash. It's easy to become complacent, to let opportunities slip by while we focus on the immediate, the comfortable, and the known. But Wabash calls us to something greater. It calls us to seize the moment, to embrace the challenges before us, and to make the most of every opportunity given to us. Think about the alumni who have roamed this campus before us, leaders in business, law, education, and even in service. They did not achieve greatness by waiting for opportunities to come to them. They sought them out, embraced them, and made the most of them. They understood that Wabash is not just a place to receive an education, but the place to forge a life of purpose and meaning. Becoming the student body vice president of Wabash has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my time here. When I first considered running for the position with Anthony, I knew it would be a challenge. But I didn't fully realize how much it would push me to be a leader and grow as an individual. Serving as the vice president has given me the chance to work closely with my peers and listen to their concerns as we work to help shape the direction of our campus community. It's been a role that has taught me the importance of collaboration, stepping up when leadership is needed, and being the voice of others. Now, as we talk about the myriad of opportunities we have here at Wabash, it's important to acknowledge something equally as crucial: the opportunity to avoid things that could harm or hinder our growth. Just as we are presented with countless chances to advance and succeed, we are also given the choice to step away from actions and influences or decisions that might negatively impact us. Opportunity isn't solely about what we choose to do, it's also about what we choose not to do. It's about recognizing the moments when stepping back is the wiser course, when avoiding certain pitfalls or distractions can keep us on a path towards our goals. At Wabash, we're not only encouraged to pursue greatness, but to also make conscious decisions about what to leave behind, kind of like Sparks. I was hoping that would hit. We might face temptation to cut corners, to compromise our values, or to engage in activities that can undermine our well-being. The strength of our character is often tested in these moments of choice. Embracing the opportunity to say no to harmful behaviors and influences is just as important as seizing every chance for advancement. It's a testament to our self-awareness and our commitment to our personal growth and academic integrity. As we reflect on the opportunities before us, I want to highlight a key aspect of our college experience that deserves our attention: attending campus events. While our academic pursuits are undoubtedly important, engaging in campus events offers us invaluable benefits that could enrich our overall experiences here. Attending these events provide us with the chance to connect with others beyond the classroom. Whether it's a lecture, social gathering, or even a performance, these events bring us together and help us forge new friendships and strengthen existing bonds. They create a sense of community that enhances our time here and makes our college life more vibrant and fulfilling. Furthermore, campus events are a gateway to personal discovery and growth. They allow us to explore interests outside of our formal studies, from insightful talks by guest speakers to hands-on workshops or even cultural celebrations. These experiences contribute to our development in ways that go beyond academic learning. Speaking directly to the freshmen in here now, you're stepping into a world filled with endless possibilities, and the opportunities before you are vast and they're exciting. You'll soon discover that Wabash is a place where ambitions can take root and flourish, where you'll be challenged to grow in ways that you might not have anticipated. Who knows, one day you guys could be up here. Use this time to explore who you are and who you want to become. Take advantage of the support systems available to you, whether it's academic advising, mentoring programs, or the rich network of peers and faculty that we have here on campus. Reach out when you need help, and don't be afraid to ask questions. So I challenge each of us here today, let's embrace the opportunities that Wabash offers us with the same passion and determination that define this college for generations. Let us push ourselves to excel, not just for the sake of success, but for the sake of becoming the best versions of ourselves. Let's take risks, embrace new experiences, and learn from every failure and triumph along the way. Because the truth is, the opportunities we have here at Wabash are fleeting. Our time on campus is short, but the impact we can make is enduring. Let's not look back with regret at the chances we didn't take, the challenges we avoided, the opportunities that we let pass by. Instead, let us leave this place knowing that we embraced every opportunity, that we pushed ourselves to the fullest, and that we made the most of this incredible gift that we call Wabash College. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Good morning, Wabash.
Good morning, Anthony.
So for all of you in attendance who don't know me, I hope by the end of my talk today you feel like you do. And for those that do know me, I'm sure you're still somewhat surprised to see me up here, especially as a student body president, which is fine because if I were a betting man, I would be willing to bet Dr. Jury, Dr. Lamberton, and Dr. Horton are all just as surprised as you. Today I stand before you not merely as a senior approaching graduation, but as a living testament to the transformative power of the Wabash experience. My running mate Jonah and I have chosen to speak to you all on the theme of embracing opportunity. However, this is more than just a reflection of the spirit of Wabash College. It is a recognition of the immense fortune we have in being here, and the imperative that lies upon each of us to seize every opportunity this remarkable institution offers. My journey at Wabash began with the Liberal Arts Immersion Program, an experience that served as a catalyst for my personal growth and development. This program did not just challenge me intellectually, it shook the very foundations of who I thought I was, while revealing glimpses of the man I could become. Interestingly, this is also where I met Jonah for the first time. Ironically, neither of us were particularly fond of the other upon meeting, but that too speaks to the transformative nature of this place. What started as a reluctant introduction evolved into a profound friendship, born from the very challenges that initially seemed insurmountable. So for those of you who don't know me, allow me to draw a picture of contrast, before and after, if you will. As a freshman, I arrived at Wabash, a first-generation college student with no desire to lead nor any intention of becoming involved. In fact, I actively rebelled against everything Wabash stood for. I abstained from traditions, ridiculed activities, and wore my disengagement like a badge of honor. I mistook cynicism for wisdom and apathy for being cool. Dr. Koppelman, if it isn't too late, I owe you an apology for all the times you had to drag me from my room or reprimand me during group activities. I'm just glad I didn't fall asleep in class like my good friend Nathan Allen. But without your guidance and the structure provided by this program, I firmly believe I would not be on this stage today. Fast forward to today, as I approach my final semester, I find myself deeply entrenched in campus life. I forged meaningful connections across the student body, with faculty, alumni, with individuals from various fraternities, living units, sports teams, clubs, organizations, all from diverse backgrounds. These relationships have become the cornerstone of my Wabash experience. From this, I've learned that the strength of Wabash lies not in its traditions alone, but in the bonds we form with those who share this journey with us. So ask yourself, have you taken the time to truly connect with those around you? Or are you merely coexisting in the same space? And as things would work out in the humorous way that they so often do, despite my initial resistance, I returned to WIP 2 summers later, this time as a writing tutor. But this time I arrived entirely bought in, eager to serve in this role. One that allowed me to witness firsthand the impact of personal growth and transformation both in myself and in others. What was once a program I resented had become a space where I could give back, one where I could help others navigate the same challenges that I faced. It's this experience that solidified my belief that our greatest growth often comes from the things we at very first initially resist. But it wasn't an easy nor straightforward process. It took lots of introspection and time to understand that my rebellion wasn't born from any external pressures, but from my own internal insecurities. More than anything, I was afraid. Afraid to fail, afraid to put myself out there, terrified of facing rejection or any criticism that might shatter my already fragile sense of self-worth. My defiance was a mask for vulnerability, a defense mechanism against the fear that I wasn't enough. The truth was I was lost, I was confused, and I was insecure. In hindsight, I'm not sure I would have survived in any other environment, but Wabash, in its unique and sometimes challenging way, provided the exact ecosystem I needed to develop and grow. It's a place where you're encouraged to face your fears head on, where failure is not just tolerated, but seen as an essential part of the learning process. Yet Wabash is a place of striking contrasts, a paradox of sorts, where you can find everything and nothing. On the surface, there's seemingly nothing to do here in Crawfordsville, especially compared to the experience many of our hometown's friends have at their respective colleges. Still today, I can vividly remember my first weekend at Wabash. I was stuck in my room while many of my high school classmates were out at parties or enjoying themselves. So for many, this reality can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of isolation and despair. But in this void, if you are surrounded by the right people, something extraordinary happens. You discover the true essence of brotherhood. It's in this emptiness that the real magic of Wabash unfolds. Your brothers become more than just friends or a cliche. They become the catalyst for your growth. They can draw out your past traumas, personal issues, and deepest struggles, all in an effort to help you heal, develop, and become the best version of yourself. This past summer, I had the privilege of conversing with alumnus Peter Wright. Despite just a couple of years in age between us, we shared a common revelation. The most memorable moments at Wabash often arise when our plans fall through. It's in those unplanned, unscripted moments, devoid of distraction, that we find the richness and fulfillment only found in human connection. It is in this company and these moments that truly changed my life. Growing up, I was raised predominantly by my father, a stoic man of few words who rarely expressed emotion and certainly did not discuss his feelings. I grew into a young man uncomfortable, if not entirely unable, to address anything of real significance in my life. As a result, I took my life and myself somewhat unseriously. The stubborn, hard-headed boy who arrived at Wabash needed more than anything people would ask the difficult questions, who would listen intently, and who would ask him and make him feel seen and heard. It took many of you in attendance today to know that I wasn't alone in the existential struggles that are inherent to the human condition, struggles that transcend backgrounds, accomplishments, or status. So to all my Wabash brothers, I owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you for molding me into someone I am proud to be, for consistently pushing me to surpass my perceived limitations, and holding me to a standard higher than I previously held for myself. You are the beating heart of what makes Wabash truly special. Thank you for dragging me out of my room when I wanted to hide, for compelling me to participate when I would have chosen the path of least resistance, and for challenging me daily to be better than I was the day before. Your influence has made all the difference. As I reflect on my journey, I want to leave you with two crucial pieces of advice and one heartfelt request. First, embrace failure as your ally. It is not just inevitable, it is essential. Without failure, we cannot truly grow or appreciate success. Our setbacks are the chisel that sculpts our character and resilience. Each stumble, each misstep is a stepping stone on the path to self-improvement. It is through these experiences that we gain the wisdom and fortitude needed to overcome the challenges that will lie ahead. Second, immerse yourself fully in the Wabash experience. The more you invest, the more profound your growth will be. You reap what you sow, and never again will you be surrounded by so many individuals genuinely invested in your success. Just this past summer, I lived with an international student from Vietnam while working in Washington, D.C., and from afar, we could not be more different. But despite our numerous differences, our shared investment in the brotherhood here at Wabash aligned our paths that I am certain would never have crossed while here on campus at Wabash. Today, I'm glad to say we are close friends with many shared experiences and memories that will surely last a lifetime. And more recently, just these past few days while at the Rally Innovation Conference in Indianapolis, I spent time with a student from Nepal and a student from Uzbekistan. Both of these students happened to work at the Spark Center, yet despite interacting with them every day, I never took the time to get to know them. Honestly, I never assumed we would talk outside of the lunchroom, let alone become friends. But that's exactly what happened these past 2 days. We shared numerous conversations and stories, learned from one another, laughed, joked, and worked together. And that's just a small example of how Wabash works. Without knowing it, you become more well-spoken, more social, more confident, and overall, a better man. Wabash is not just a college, it is a factory for the creation of men of character and intellect, capable of forming meaningful, lasting relationships that transcend differences and backgrounds. And this brings me to my request to each of you. Step out of your comfort zone. Take risks. Some of the most rewarding experiences of my life have sprung from moments when I took a chance despite my uncertainty. And please, go to the school-wide events here. We have an event this Saturday, by the way, back to Bass. There's going to be a club fair and free food, free brew. You can't really beat that. Grant Roberts in the back corner, he's trying to hide, but he's going to be performing, DJing, Overlook. They're going to be coming. They were at Lambda last year, so it's going to be fun. Get some people out. But yeah. There are so many like-minded, forward-thinking individuals here that you'll meet, and if you just take the chance to get to know them, I promise you'll find that they have more in common than you would think. And don't waste the opportunities before you. I spent my first 2 years at Wabash disengaged, missing out on the richness of this experience. Don't make the same mistake. How many opportunities have you let slip away because of fear or indifference? Live in the moment. Embrace all that is afforded to you, and you will find that Wabash will give back to you in ways you never even imagined. We are incredibly fortunate to be here at Wabash. What legacy will you leave behind when you walk off this campus for the last time? This is a place where you have the freedom to fail, to learn, and in doing so, to inch closer to our truest selves and our loftiest aspirations. Don't let fear hold you back. Engage with your brothers, embrace our traditions, and seize every opportunity that comes your way. Remember, gentlemen, Wabash always fights, but it's up to you to choose your battles wisely. Fight for your growth, your dreams, and the betterment of this remarkable community we all share. In closing, I urge you to look around. In this chapel, in your classrooms, in your living units, you are surrounded by individuals who will shape your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. Embrace them, learn from them, and grow with them. For in the end, it's not just about what Wabash can do for you, but what you, armed with the spirit of Wabash, can do for the world. Thank you.
A few final announcements. Back to Bash will be held on the mall on Saturday starting at noon. And golf will be at Transylvania this weekend for their Labor Day tournament. Now will you all please rise and join me in singing Old Wabash. Da 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 da.